Well, welcome in to Nightcap. Now, we don't have Unc and Ocho. We got TJ and Rack Wall. That's Darren Waller taking over. We hijacking. We have taken over Nightcap, me and my dog. So we going to be with y'all for the night. Bear with us. Now, you know the highlights. We're going to talk sports. We're going to talk relationships and everything in between. I don't know if we'll really get to the relationships. We may. I'm a married guy. My dog, I believe he's single. He was once married. So we going to get in everything. But with no further ado, I want to introduce Darren Waller, one of the best tight ends. It's crazy because his story and how he made it to the league, my story and how I made it to the league, it's one of a kind. It's one of a kind. So tell the people a little bit about yourself, your journey. You don't have to get too in depth with it unless you want to, but very, very inspirational. Now, this ain't what Chad and Shannon be doing. This our version of a Nightcap. So let's rock out.
Yes, sir. Blessed to be here, bro. My name is Darren Waller. For those of y'all that don't know me, I played 8 years in the league. I retired just about a year ago. Played tight end for Baltimore my first 3-4 years before I got suspended for a year for drugs, alcohol, all that. Came back into the league, got picked up by the Raiders, which is where my career kind of took off. Had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, made a Pro Bowl. Ended up my last year with the Giants. And it's been a fucking wild ride for me. Like I said, I was drug addict, alcoholic, like full blown, you know what I'm saying? So I'm blessed to be alive, blessed to be, have had the career that I had, and just to be, 32, retired, not having to worry about no bread or nothing like that.
Let them know you got a lot of money. Let them know I got that paper. I ain't worried about nothing.
We all right over here. We ain't tripping over here.
Yeah. Now, this is a perfect day, night, whatever you want to call it. So, my boy retired because he on the bigger and better things. And y'all want, for everybody that's listening, y'all go get on. He gonna tell you what platform it's on. My boy make music. He rapping. And he just so happened to be dropping the song today. So y'all make sure y'all go stream his music. Now tell the people, how'd you get involved and what made you say, damn, this music has become therapeutic to me outside of the football realm? What came with that? How'd that happen?
Yeah, so the music for me, I feel like it really started with learning who my great grandfather was. He was a legendary jazz pianist. Like, old people like be running up on me like, you're Fats Waller's great grandson. And once I really started to learn that, my parents had me and my sister playing piano when we was real little, and I was in like band and shit in middle school. And so I really had a passion for music. But then it's like football kind of started taking off in high school and college and all that, so I wasn't really worried about music for real. And once I got drafted to the league, I was bored my rookie year. Like when we first got into the team, rookie camp and all that shit, you in the hotel. And so I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna start writing. I always said I would start and just see where it went. And so that was 2015. I've been putting out projects probably every couple of years since. And now I really feel like I'm really developing in my sound and shit for real. Like I really had some songs that like, people really starting to look like damn, like, all right, like I see what you got going on. And yeah, so we plug in tonight. Nightcap fucked up letting me get on here today. So we plug in this song.
Yeah, tell them the song. What platform can they go stream that thing?
Yeah, it's a song called Choose Myself. I'm dropping tonight at 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you stream at. Search my name, Darren Waller. It's going to be there. It's probably one of the songs I'm most proud of that I ever made or that I ever probably will make. So I'm extremely excited for people to listen to that. So go spin that.
So Tight End U is taking place this week.
Yeah.
How many times did you attend?
I think I went to the first two or three, because I went when it was just like
infancy stages, just getting going.
Yeah, it was like 15, 20 guys. It was guys that were like starters on their teams, and then they got getting bigger backing because it went really well early on. So they had more sponsorships, and they started bringing like dudes who were like the third tight end on their team. Like everybody in the league could come. If you just got drafted, if you were an undrafted free agent, like whatever you were, there's a couple dudes from college, like everybody could come. So, and it was, weightlifting, route running, Kittle and Kelsey and them boys, they get after it too. So they got like night activities going on. So it's actually a really cool event. They do a really good job. They got Greg Olson is there too. So they getting a lot of sponsorship, a lot of money. Bud Light, Bridgestone, like all these big sponsors putting it on. So it's a solid event.
Is there one thing from your time there that still stays with you today that you got, whether it was from Travis, Greg, George, or just any other tight end that was there that you still remember that helps you on the field and also off the field?
I would say just being around like Trav and his energy and just how he approaches route running and just his craft. Like he's earned the right to be incredibly creative. We see him on TV, he just doing, we be like, what the fuck is he doing? But like he's earned the right to do that. And he was just like emphasizing like putting your personality into the routes that you're running. Because a lot of dudes like dudes trying to make the team, like whoever it is, they run robotic routes and lines on paper. Whereas, somebody like him, you putting your own flavor, your own sauce on them routes. Once you understand the details of them, it takes that shit to a whole another level, and you making shit come to life that really might not even have been able to come to life just because of who you are. So I took that away, and I was like, yeah, you really just gotta like stand on who the fuck you are. Like I don't know, because
let's get into the real nuance of route running and coaching in the league. We gonna try to keep it a buck here. As you were coming up, and I know for myself, did your tight end coach teach you how to be a better tight end, or did he teach you how to be a better football player? And I know those things are married, but running routes and getting open, did you learn that on your own, other players, or your coach? Because I'm gonna give you my opinion.
So for me, yeah. So I grew up, so you gotta understand, like I started playing offense in college at Georgia Tech. We were in a triple option. So we was blocking like 80% of the time for real. I'll run a go, a hitch, a post or something, or they would be like a play action crack post or something like that. But we weren't really getting that kind of route running, teaching and technique there. Because that's just what they was asking us to do. I got to Baltimore. I feel like my rookie year, my coach was Bobby Ingram. He played in the league for like a decade.
Yeah, in Seattle. Yeah.
I feel like he was giving us some game my rookie year, but then my second year they moved me to tight end. And it was like at the end of my rookie year, they're like, yeah, when you get back, we think we're gonna try you at tight end. So I was like, that they ain't even tell me nothing for real. I just got on YouTube and was just like, man, let me see what. That was back when Zach Ertz was getting like 120 catches a year, Travis Kelce, Greg Olson. I was watching Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates, like Jimmy Graham. I was just on YouTube. I was like, I'm just gonna do what they doing. Like, and my tight end coach, like he was an O lineman in the league for a bit.
Happens all the time, bro. That's where I'm trying to go with this. It's like when people think the NFL, it's like the best of the best. Best coaches, best players. But very rarely is a coach, your position coach, gonna get you better at your craft. You got to do that on your own.
No, that's facts. I look at teams now, and you talk about like they like to talk about all the teams got to develop this player. It might be like maybe 5 teams that have people, if that have people that can actually develop a player. They begging and hoping that you come in with skills
ready to go.
Yes, yeah.
And I think people don't realize that. You get better on your own. Now, they will teach you football. You'll understand the game from an X's and O's perspective a lot better. But, they're going to give you little technique things here and there. And if it works, they get all the credit. If it don't work, you suck. If it don't work, you suck. And so I tell all, because I train a lot of guys for the combine, receivers and tight ends. And I'm telling them, like, when you get to your team, it's not all the time, but 90% of the time, your coach ain't going to tell you how to get open. He don't know. Because if you're a receiver or you're a tight end, your coach was an O-line. What the fuck he know about running a route? He don't watch somebody run a route. And so that part of it is, at least with the NFL, people, you really have to invest in yourself away from the facility and away from the team. And if you don't do that, your career is short-lived. And luckily for you, you're able to get on YouTube and see what the best are doing and translate it. Because some people can get on YouTube, watch them, and get out there and still fuck it up. They still gonna get out there and mess it up because they can't do it. So that part of it, not many people know about the league. It's get better on your own or watch everybody else playing, be watching TV. Oh, I'm better than him. He couldn't fuck with me.
Yeah.
But and I think that's pretty much league wide
Yeah.
at every position. I would say the O-line probably get developed the most. The coaches really make them better. Outside of that, unless you got an Eric Yarber with the Rams, Keenan McCardle with the Vikings, Sean Jefferson. I don't even know where Sean at now. But if you don't have one of them coaches, you're in trouble. And if it's a receiver coach that I left you out because you don't know what you're doing. So don't take it personal. Hey,
Yeah, you
now,
really got to get your bag deeper on your own. Like for the young
yes.
dudes that's watching, like you got to take into account, you got to find you somebody you can work with in the off season. Like ask the vets that's around you that's really getting to it. I guarantee you they got somebody. Like you really got to invest in that shit on your own.
And that's why when I brought up tight end we getting better amongst our peers.
Right.
Me and Chad have talked about doing the receiver aspect of tight end U. They kind of, y'all was our inspiration on doing that. We're gonna see where that go. Now let's get into it's a couple days old, but man, I'm sure you're an athlete. You watch a lot of NBA, huh?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts? One, it was a great series,
Oh yeah.
but it was the least watched series in however many 7-game series, first 7-game series, I believe, in 9 to 10 years. But people weren't tuned in because it was an Indiana Pacer team and an Oklahoma City team, small markets. Thought on the series, I believe if Halliburton don't go down, Indiana may win that. And I'm going in really different tangents here, but the NBA, they got to figure this Achilles injury out, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on with these dudes. Like, so many of them are tearing their Achilles. Is it a lack of strength? Is it a lack of mobility? Is it too many games? Is it too many games at a young age in AAU and the wear and tear? It's so many variables and a lot to unpack. So let's go.
Yeah, man. I mean, shoot, starting with the series, yeah, I mean, I feel like people put so much stress on the markets, and I guess the average person that's tuning in wants to see a LA and a Boston or a New York and whatever, but you look at those two teams and you look at the series that we got, like that's ball being played at its highest level. You look at the depth on both teams, like the character on both teams. You got so many dudes that are like fine-tuned and perfect for their individual roles. Like it just creates that back and forth. I want to see shit go 7. I want to see wars. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what we got. And with Halliburton going down, like he was cooking in that first quarter in that game 7. So it's like that game definitely would have been completely different, at least down to the wire in my eyes. But probably you could make an impact for a Pacers win. But yeah, Halliburton going down, and it's like you got guys going out there with the calf injury. When that calf locks up and you trying to load up on that back leg, the calf's biomechanically, that calf is taking a lot of that
Did you
force.
have any major injuries when you played? Like
Uh,
major?
nah, not lower body. I had a torn labrum in my shoulder, but I just rehabbed that in the offseason. I
Okay.
played the final month with it. But yeah, no major injuries for me for real. But that Achilles motherfucker is crazy. Like I was around with Steve Smith Senior tore his Achilles and he was trying to rehab it. And it's like one calf was humongous and the other calf was like it was like non-existent for a while. And just like the work he had to put in. I think Ben Watson tore his Achilles too. So it's like that's a major. That's like damn near 12 months.
Yeah, I don't know when you look at Damian Lillard, okay, he's a little older. Jason Tatum's young. Halliburton's young. KD tore his at an advanced age, so but shit, KD came back like it wasn't shit, still balling. They just got to figure that out. I don't know. I don't know what it is. If it's strength, mobility, I don't know. But for Halliburton, it sucks because boy was cooking 3 threes in the first quarter, 9 points. I'm like, oh shit. And I picked Oklahoma City to win it, but I found myself rooting for Indiana. It was kind of weird. But yeah, man, prayers to him. I hope he recovers. He's probably gonna miss the entirety of next season because it happened so late in the season. But you think Oklahoma City, do you think this is a start of a dynasty considering Alex Caruso is their oldest player at 31.
Right. Yeah. I think you just gave like a great detail of just like how young the nucleus of that team is. And you look at young teams, you think like they could be flashy in a lot of areas, but there might be like some giant holes. They don't have really any holes for real. They're the best defensive team in the league. They got Shea, league MVP, J-Dub as your number 2 scorer. He's taken over a couple games in the finals. Chet Holmgren might give you 20 every now and then. He's a rim protector. You got Hartenstein setting screens, protecting the rim, catching putbacks and oops and whatnot. You got Caruso leading, playing defense. Lou Dort's a lockdown defender. It's like you got dudes come off the bench. Isaiah Joe led the team in 3-point percentage during the season. It's like you have so many roles that are covered on that team. It's like, but I mean, that Western Conference is a motherfucker, and teams are going to be coming. So it's
one team in particular down in Texas, actually 2, actually down 3. The Rockets going to be better with KD. They going to be a fucking problem.
Yeah.
They going to be a problem. They got their closer now in KD. When Kyrie come back with the Mavericks, they going to be a problem. And if Cooper Flag, if he can acclimate himself to the NBA game, AD, Cooper Flag, they just re-signed Gafford. And then when Kyrie come, they going to be a problem. And then you got Wemby, Stephon Castle, the second pick, which probably is going to be Dylan Harper. They going to be a problem. I'm a Laker fan, so we damn sure going to be a problem.
Gonna be
At least fingers crossed, praying. I hope we are. The Western Conference is going to be a bloodbath. Golden State. As long as Steph and Draymond there,
yep.
they gonna be a problem. And so a dynasty, when people start throwing that word out there, I don't know. Denver with Jokic and Jamal Murray, they coming back. It just is so much that has to take place for you to be a dynasty, but they so young that it's like, damn, I don't see why not. Shea gonna put up 28 to 32 average every season as long as he's healthy. Can Chet Holmgren, can he take the next step? Right. Can he take the next step offensively? Defensively, he gonna give you rim protector. He moves his feet very well to be a big guy, and he's real thin, but he not a punk. Like, you not just go dogging out like that. Like, he looks like he can be dogged out. Nah. And it's because he's so thin. You like, I'm about to take his little ass down. You're not dogging Chet Holmgren out. And so from that perspective, everybody has an opportunity and a chance to be that. I don't see it taking place. With the Rockets, bro, everybody stay healthy. I don't know how they lose. If you put a lineup of Van Fleet's point guard, KD 6'11", Jabari Smith 6'10", Sengun 6'11", and who else we gonna?
Thompson, you get Thompson,
Amir Thompson. There we go, 6'7". What you gonna do with that lineup?
Right,
and then you got Tari Eason coming off the bench. This is the crazy part with the Rockets that not many people talk about. 1, 2, 3. The third pick of the draft last year, Reed Shepherd, got no burn. The third pick, Cam Whitmore, he come to the Lakers, he getting big minutes, got no burn. And so I look at the Rockets like, I'm impressed. If they can stay healthy now, can KD and he said, it is not my responsibility to lead. And to a certain degree, and this is what I don't like about sports, and we can tap into this too. Why is it that when you're the best player, they expect you to always be the leader? Sometimes the best player isn't that he don't have that leadership type of personality. The guys ain't following him.
Yeah, I think when he says it's not my job to lead, I think he's saying it's not my job to lead in the traditional way that you think somebody's supposed to be a leader. Like as far as being like a Ray Lewis type of leader. Like there's different ways to lead. Like he can just lead by his example. Like I think the biggest jump the Rockets can take is like you get an Amen Thompson attached to KD's hip. They in the lab getting shots up, and Amen Thompson develops a jump shot. That motherfucker might be a league MVP at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like so. But yeah, I think there's so many different leadership styles in sports. I'm one of them. I always thought like, damn, like I can't be a leader. Even when I had a C on my chest, I'm like, am I really like a leader if I'm not giving the pregame speech and having everybody ready to jump out their skin, but I'm more the dude that's like the wolf. The wolf leads from the back of the pack. It's like we not letting. If I see somebody slipping, I see somebody's confidence dropping, I'm gonna be the first one over there to them, telling them who they really are, telling them remember who they are, and like keeping their mind, keeping their chest up. You know what I'm saying? So that's more the leadership style I have. And I think that's KD as well. But like, yeah, you don't got to be that rah pregame, punch a hole in the wall guy to be a leader.
Were you obviously you from gathering what you're saying, you wasn't a rah guy during the game.
Nah, I'm more so I'm talking like I am right now. Like you can feel
Did you
like
talk shit to the defense during the game?
it took a lot for me to talk shit to somebody.
Okay, so we a lot different then.
Yeah.
Like I was not rah before the game. Like before a game, I'm chilling, I'm real calm. Like don't come, hey, you know how you get in the huddle and everybody walking up fucking headbutting you and shit. I'm like, bro, don't
Keep that
headbutt
for
me.
me.
Do not headbutt me. I'm not jumping up in the pile before the game. I've never, have you ever done a smell of
Hell
something?
nah, bro. Hell nah.
Oh, I never did that one
That's
time.
crackhead activity, bro.
Bruh, I never did it one time in my career. I don't know what that shit is like, but guys used to do that all the time. So that wasn't me. But when the game started, I don't know what happened to me, bro. Like I would just go crazy. Like I would talk shit to the refs. I would talk shit to the other team. Like I would listen to a lot of Jeezy before the game, and then right before I came out, I would turn on It's in the Air, the DMX version, Phil Collins, the
Yeah.
DMX version of that. And I don't know what it was, bro. I would just like if I was playing today, I would get thrown out because I would go at the refs so much. But back then, like I'll never forget one line judge. He called a penalty on one of our linemen. And I looked up at the Jumbotron and I didn't think it was holding. So I said something to him. This motherfucker was like, fuck you, TJ, the ref. I was like, fuck you. And so we was just going at it. 10 minutes later, he came up to me, we good? I said, yeah, we good. Today's game, I'm getting thrown out.
Yeah.
I'm getting thrown out. And so that to me, and a lot of my teammates would tell you, like, I led them. And I didn't choose to be a leader. As you can see, I'm a talker. I like to talk. And so guys, like, I'm going to lead by example. If I feel you not working hard, I'm not calling you out in front of everybody. I'm going to come put my arm around you like, bro, we all dream to get here. And now you acting like it don't matter because if you weren't here, you would be upset. But you taking being here for granted. Yeah. And so, yeah, man, that leadership part, I don't believe it always has to be the quarterback. It always has to be the best player. Jack, you can hear me?
What you just described is leadership. Like we have a picture of what we think it is like in the middle of the huddle, pregame speech. But what you just described is real leadership. How you bring somebody to the side.
That's what I would do.
Them, bring the truth to them. Like that's leadership.
Look. Jack, can you hear me?
Yeah,
that's my dog. Look. So this perfect segue. Just so y'all know, this Jack Jones. I know him as Jack. Been knowing this boy since he was 14. Seen him go from a little boy to a young man to a grown man with children. I love this boy like he my son for real, like he a family member, man. Could you hear the conversation? That's Darren Waller. You know who that is, right?
Yeah, I know who that is.
If you didn't, he would have mossed your little ass, Jack.
Crazy out your mind.
Hey, let me bring you into this conversation about leadership. What's your take on leadership as far as the best player, the coaching staff wants him to be the leader, as opposed to just the locker room determines who the leader is, whether it's the best player or not, or the quarterback, whoever it may be?
I think the leader is based on what you do every day and the consistency. You know what I'm saying? You don't get that leader role because you're the best player or because you're in a certain position. You get that leader role because the work you put in and how you lead the team and how you get the guys to rally along and how you get guys fired up. You know, it's a lot of things that go with that, but I don't think it's position based. I don't think that.
All right, so we gonna talk about you, and we gonna bring the people into your story, So I'm gonna let him tell a bit of it. But Jack grew up, born and raised, Long Beach, California. Uh,
Yeah.
go ahead and Google Long Beach if y'all not familiar with it. His family is well known in the Long Beach, in the city of Long Beach. From what I was told back in the day, it's two families that run Long Beach, huh? The Joneses and who are the Calhouns? That's what I was told, huh? The Joneses and the Calhouns. But Jack, man, in high school, unbelievable on both sides of the ball, defense and offense. And I tell people this all the time, and I'm not just saying this because you here and because you know I wouldn't. I don't sugarcoat nothing. This boy, when he was a boy, used to practice. So I never seen a kid in high school practice as hard as you. And I think I've told you this plenty of times. Well, like we said, Jack, slow down. I never seen a kid this young practice that hard and love football the way that you loved it in high school. Like it was just, we got to tell God, come on, bro, go harder. Jack, get out this rep. No, you slow down. He was like that at 14 years old, genuinely loved football. He done had some mishaps in the league. And I get on the phone with him and I'm like, Jack, come on. Your situation, I believe you one of the best players in the league that's not in the league, that should be in the league. Because if you was in the league, you'd be starting on at least 28 of the 32 teams. We know that. I'm a vouch for him for any team that's listening to this. We done had conversations, deep
Yeah.
conversations, what, the last 3 weeks, probably?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
making sure you got your shit straight. You're a father, you have matured, and we all mature at different rates, at different times. And they can't expect you to mature on their timeline. You're gonna mature on your timeline. With that being said, kind of take us through going from New England to the Raiders. You finally get a coach that believed in you. That same coach that was with us at Long Beach Poly and AP Antonio Pierce, and where you are now and what you're looking to accomplish moving forward.
I mean, just the whole situation. It was a blessing, man. A humbling experience. You know, that's all I got to say. And then I'm blessed to be able to play with AP. You know, a high school coach, a guy who been watching over me. You know, pretty much. You know, a lot of my life. So, you know, that's a blessing. I don't take that for granted. But looking forward, man. I just look forward to getting another opportunity and really proving myself, man. Just really proving that I've grown and I've learned, and that the mistakes that I made is they already made. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to keep making those mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be one of those guys looked at as like a bad kid or a bad man, or somebody who's uncoachable, or somebody who doesn't fit in programs. I want to be that guy that fits in every program. I want to be the star in my role. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I had to go through them times to learn and to understand. And it's like I went through those times, and I'm just ready for the next opportunity just to prove myself and take full advantage of it.
No doubt. Jack, I want to ask you a question because I didn't even, but your rookie year was 22, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
so I was on the Raiders in 22, and you was on the Patriots, and I was out of
Yeah.
practice. I had an injury. I remember one day we came into the meeting post practice, into an offensive meeting, and everybody was like, "Man, it's this rookie out there that's talking crazy, that's trying to go at Tay." Like you think like there's a lot of vets in the league that are not trying to step to Tay, and here you are as a rookie, like out there at training camp, what's up, like trying to compete with the best receiver in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like where does that come from? Like, and tell the people like the type of edge that it takes, especially as a corner and somebody that's like really out there shutting shit down. Like, you can't just be out there timid, like hoping you could run with Tay. Like, you really got to step out there knowing who you are and what you bring to the table. So, like, can that be taught? Are you born with that? Like, speak to that.
I mean, I feel like you built that through the work you put in, man. Honestly, like what TJ said, I was a guy in high school who put in so much work. So I just felt like nobody worked harder than me. You wasn't gonna outwork me. I feel like everything I did, I was gonna do it better. You know what I'm saying? And if you beat me this rep, that was just that rep. I'm gonna win the whole battle though. You know what I'm saying? And so the mindset I had going up against Tay was just like, I'm not here to put my toe in the water. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go in head first. I'm trying to go in and guard the best receivers week in and week out. That's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I believe in my abilities, and I believe I could do that, and I will do that. And when I get my opportunity, I'm gonna prove that.
Yeah.
Moving forward, Jack Jones, the person, if you're a general manager, you're a head coach, why should they feel comfortable signing you on their roster, feeling like you may be a liability? What would you tell them if they asked you that?
I mean, a liability in which
Off the
ways, you
field,
know? Because
personal. On the field, I don't believe anybody has any questions on the field. Jack Jones a baller. To me, everything is off the field. I know your character. I know who you are. I know the environment you grew up in. And that environment is me or you. I'd rather you than me and deal with the consequences. But as we mature, as you are,
yeah,
that ain't always the right way. And you've learned that and you're still learning that. Jack, the person, not the player, because I don't believe there's any question when it pertains to the player. It's the person.
I've grown, man. I'm not that same young man I used to be. You know what I'm saying? I got kids. I got my babies depending on me. You know what I'm saying? I can't just go out here and make the same mistakes or the same decisions I used to make when I was young without kids. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of feel like my babies, man. They weighing on me a lot more. You know, I'm spending a lot more time with them. And it's just like it just mean a lot more to me, you know what I'm saying? You know, I already love the game, so just the fact that I'm not on the team and I can't say like, yes, I'm in the NFL right now, currently today. It crushes me. It hurts, like you know what I'm saying? Because I love ball, but man, it's my babies, man. I'm a changed man, and I feel like everybody around me can see that, and you just have to get around me to see that.
No, for real shit. I mean, you talking to somebody that, man, like where people at one point in time in my career try to define me by my character at a certain point, or take a snapshot of who they thought that I was. But that was not the end narrative of my story. After that, it was Pro Bowls. It was the best years of my career. Me, you know what I'm saying, having a C on my chest and people like really respecting what I brought to the table, because that who was the true me. That was the real me. So I understand what it's like to go through shit and react in certain ways to whatever it may be in life. But man, there's still so much of your story that is going to be written, man. Like, don't even think about this time as like ever being an ending or doubting yourself just because you haven't found a home yet, bro. Like, you still got a lot to bring to the table, and God's got a lot more in front of you, bro. For real.
Right, appreciate it,
Hey,
man.
in your short career, who's the best receivers that you had to guard in, and who's one that
Nobody.
no. So there's some good players. And who's one that surprised you like, oh shit, he got something to him. I didn't think he was like that.
Uh, that one player, Jack Jones. That's the only one. I ain't gonna lie. None of these boys can see me. I'm gonna keep it real, man. If
It
I'm
don't
really
got
in
nothing
my
to do with
bag, I'm
seeing you. What receivers have you covered where you like, oh,
they good.
yeah.
Now, matter of fact, speaking of that Raider practice in New England. I mean, when I was in New England, it was I don't even remember his name. I just remember he was the number 89. And I was talking so much stuff to Tay. I ain't gonna lie, that boy came out there and went 2 for 2 on me. I was so sick.
You know who number 89 is, Darren? You know?
Back in 22,
I think it was I want to say Cooper, maybe. It was like Cooper something or something Cooper, I think.
nah, that was Amari Cooper had 89, but that was a while ago. That was before I even got there. Brian Edwards was 89 and 21, but I think he went to the Falcons at some point in 20. I don't know.
Oh no, maybe his name was Tony. I think Tony. Does that sound right?
I don't know, bro.
He was the 80 number for sure. For
No, bro.
sure.
Sorry, bro. If you see this, I'm sorry, bro.
Was it Keelan Cole? It was Key?
I think
I really
Keelan
don't
Cole was
remember his name.
84. I definitely remember Keelan Cole, boy.
That's my
Yeah, I
dog.
remember Keelan Cole, and that's my
Oh man,
dog.
that's one of a kind, bro.
Yeah. So Key, like I trained guys. He was one of the first guys that I trained when he came out. Yeah, he acting now. He trying to get into Hollywood. He out here
Bro,
with
he
us.
should be, bro. He should be doing some comedy skits, bro. Like he a clown for real.
Yeah. So Jack, okay, nobody gives Jack Jones problems on the field as far as a receiver. Give me corners that you not say model your game after, but you like to watch to try to pick up little things here and there.
I mean, all the guys who they say is top corners, like literally all of them. Jalen Johnson, Jair Alexander, Jalen Ramsey, AJ Terrell. Who I'm missing? I'm missing somebody else on that list. So I'll be watching.
Sauce Gardner.
Patrick, I like Patrick
Okay.
Surtain a
Yeah.
lot. Um, I think that's it. I watched a little bit of Darius Slay. I'm a fan of him, but I don't know. I just never really tapped in that much. I'm gonna start looking into him a little bit more. But I just watch all the top guys who they say is the top guys, and I don't know. I just try to be better than that, whatever you want to say.
When you look at the situation where here we sit, June 24th. A lot of training camps begin probably 21 to 27 days out. When that time comes, Jack Jones, I call him Jack. So when you hear me stuttering with that, it's because I'm calling him what we call him and not by his Jackie Jones by his real name. If you are not signed, you got to let it you're gonna still be working like you are signed because my last season it was a lockout and I wasn't when the lockout ended. I want to say it was like either late August or early September, which is like last minute, bow, 2012 or 2011, whatever it was. And I was working out, but I wasn't really working out. So then I started like trying to work out and rush everything, and I strained my calf. And then I got signed like 4 days later. Played with a calf that I couldn't burst. Like I couldn't really run. I go about 80%, but I could never get to 100. And they wouldn't tell me this. I got coaches telling other players, like, yeah, man, TJ lost a step. Literally. And I'm like, bro, my calf I can't run. And so I say that to say, whether you are on a team or not, and I believe you will, and I believe you should be, boy, you better be working like you on the team because when that opportunity come, they don't care if you've been working out hard. They don't care if, oh, I didn't think I was going to be signed. You know the saying, you stay ready,
You
you
ain't
ain't
gotta
got to
get
get
ready.
ready. And so
Yeah.
my message to you is stay ready mentally. I know your pops is on your ass. I'm on your ass. Pause. But there's no more motivation than the babies you got. If you don't do it for nobody, you do it for them and yourself. Because a talent like you shouldn't be, damn, where I'm going to sign. And it's Jack Jones, the person, not Jack Jones, the player. Now, we're going to leave that. Hey, what you like to do outside of football? I know you be playing video games. I'll beat the fuck out you in Madden. I know you be playing. I will beat the fuck out you in Madden. But outside of that,
Yo game
hey,
at
do you be
all.
playing? Do you just play like head to head, or you be on franchise shit?
I mean, it really depends. I'll be playing all that
You
for
play
real.
franchise? I'm gonna add you
Yeah.
to some leagues I'm in. You're gonna get your ass beat.
All right, for sure. We're
Darren,
gonna
you
see.
play video games, or you too grown for that?
Once I
It's being a booth. He ain't in on video
once I
games.
started
You
making
rapping, huh?
once I started making music, I just like video games just kind of just like fell off naturally.
You ain't got no. All right. So, how often you in the studio?
For me
Nah,
or him?
you ain't rapping.
Yeah, I don't
Talking
rap.
to Mr. Waller.
So
I might just show it up the way I gotta
Now
change
you
the
you you
screen.
look like you rapping with all the jewelry on. Like,
he got that
hold
he got the
on,
Yeah,
starter kit. The
baby.
slide your
starter
boy
kit.
Got it.
something.
I got it to the side, man.
Nah, but shit, I be in the lab. I got my engineer. He lives in Houston, and so I'll fly him out, or I'll either go there for like 3 4 days in a row. I'll usually like stock up writing some shit, probably like 3 4 songs by the time I go see him, probably like once a month, and then we'll cook up on the spot too, get a couple songs. So every time we link up, it's 3 4 songs that's getting done, and yeah. So I'm not recording every day, and plus I feel like what I'm saying I rap about real life shit that I'm going through, shit that I'm really experiencing. So I feel like I gotta have life lived in between. I can't just be like caved up in a studio, thinking I'm about write about
You
some
got a
real shit.
studio in your house?
Yeah, I'm in the room right now.
Yeah, it looked like it. That's why I asked.
In the
I got the
studio.
acoustics and shit. I got the computer monitor set up right there.
You know how to play anything else like drums, piano, or anything?
I've been playing piano for about a year now. I know how to play a lot of songs. Really got to learn like theory and shit for real. But I ain't no real piano player. I could play you some songs, but
He asking you that because all them artists that come up out of Long Beach. That's what it is. It's all kind of artists because it's a small city, but it's so many people with so much talent. Now, you know what, Jack? Not many people know. Let me ask you this. And I just thought about it when we start talking music again. You grew up playing in the Snoop Youth Football League.
Yeah.
How was that, man? Because Long Beach done sent a lot of dudes to the league. And at least for me, Willie McGinnis was one who always made it and was balling, but he was always present at Poly. All season, he
Nah,
coming
yeah,
to Poly. He retired. He was
yeah.
at Poly 3 4 days a week. So between Willie Mack and Snoop, how was that playing with a Snoop U football team with other guys that are now in the league?
Yeah, nah, that's where the competitive nature come from. You know, we've been competing since we was 6, 7, 8 years old, and it was like real competitive. Like we lose games, we crying after when a fight, when it feel like we'd have lost the Super Bowl after a regular Saturday. Like you know what I'm saying? So nah, but shout out to Snoop, man. Shout out to Willie. That they was always there every time they could be. Because they got a really busy schedule, but they definitely helped out a lot of kids in Long Beach, you know what I'm saying, putting that league in there, putting the teams around, and some guys took advantage of it.
So, one, we appreciate you joining us, man. Thank you. Now, any of you teams listening, the majority, man, y'all got my number. I done had the same number for 25 years. That's how old I done had the same number for 25 years. Man, y'all call me. I'm gonna give y'all the real. I ain't gonna now. One thing I won't do, I don't lie. I ain't gonna lie for him, but I believe in this dude because we all have lessons and we all have trials and we all have things that we don't like. And Darren is a perfect example of that. Like, had a lot of misfortune early in his life, in his career, got a second, third chance, boom, we good. And you, Mr. Jack, I mean, just made a couple bad decisions. And they not like, oh my God, what was he doing? Passionate. Sometimes that passion works for us and sometimes it works against us. We got to
Yeah.
channel that the right way. So if y'all don't believe he can do it, I'm vouching for him. He can do it because I'm going to be, like I said earlier, on his ass like back pockets. Paul, um, you're too good of a player to not be playing on Sunday. But always remember, man, the league don't give a fuck if you playing or you ain't playing. You either gonna roll with them or you gonna get your ass rolled over. So just make sure you holding up your end of the bargain. Stay out of trouble, take care of your babies, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and let these teams know they can trust you.
Nah, for sure, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate y'all having
Sure,
me.
Love you,
man.
dog. You need something, holla at me, man.
All right, I love you too. All right,
Peace,
Darren.
man. Yeah, he
Hey, man,
talented.
that's crazy, bro. Like I literally coached that boy. I keep saying boy because he was a young kid. When he was so cold in high school as a receiver. I felt like he should have played receiver when he
Yeah.
went. Oh, bro, when I tell you, he put his foot in the ground and stop on Ferrari brakes. He had Ferrari brakes. His feet are Ferrari. Like, oh, unbelievable talent. Always been a hothead because he was small. And so, yeah, man, he should be in the league. I hope he gets back in the league. But you know what I want to talk about? I was thinking about, I should have brought Jack in on this, but he probably too young for this. I'm looking, you know how we started the show and it was like, we're going to touch on football, relationships, this and that. I wanted to talk about this because I'm married. I've been married now. Uh, damn, that's fucked up. 20 years, about to be 21 years, right?
Sure.
Actually, 21 years in 2 days. It's gonna be my anniversary, and I'm gonna be doing this shit. Yeah,
Pray for you, bro. I pray for you. Know?
yeah. And so, but I got married young when I was going into my 4th year in the league. Let me ask you this, because you got married. Were you in the league or you were on your way out? Which one was
Yeah,
it?
no, I was in the league. I was in my 8th season.
Okay, so let's talk about getting in a relationship while in the league or at the tail end or out of the league. Your preference, why you just didn't meet her while you were in the league, or you wanted to kind of get it out your system. I think you know where I'm going.
Yeah, no, I feel like early on in the league, you got to definitely be locked in and tapped in as to like, who am I around, like, and protecting yourself if you're going to go that route because there's women that's going, that might line you up, that might see you as a bag, that might see you as an
I gotta
opportunity.
cut you off, bro. Isn't that like that? Isn't that hard? Like you meet somebody and you be like, shit, shit. I look good. I got this paper, but damn, is she really fucking with your boy because of what I have? Or is it like it's that element to it, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's why you got to go out your way. Like for me, I was like, we not really doing the flashy shit up front. Like we go on a date, we go on a walk, we getting a coffee. Like I'm trying to see like you and your natural element, and I'm trying to see if you rock with me because I ain't gonna be on no flashy shit for real.
Damn, I wish we had some women on this shit to see what they would all say, oh yeah, I would like that shit. And then as soon as you leave, call their homegirl, hey girl, can you believe this motherfucker took me on a walk? We just went on a walk. Like, do you like how is that?
But
Like, how would that play?
if you trying to go to the steakhouse from day one, that's already kind of putting a red flag in play for me.
But
Like,
if they know you got money, man, they gonna go on 2 or 3 walks with you. They ain't tripping. If they know you got money, they gonna take 2 or 3 walks with you. Shit, you want to go on a 4th one? Let's go on a 4th one.
yeah, we're gonna see if they got the
Right?
patience. We're gonna see if they got the patience to really see this process out the right way. You know what I mean?
And so did that play a part in you saying, yeah, when I really get serious and locked in on a relationship, I want it to be towards the end of my career.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely making sure, like, at the time when I did get married, it was like I ain't got to worry about, she had her own money, she had her own motion, solid person. Like, so at the time, that shit was the right match for me and what I was looking for at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, because I tell a lot of players now, like, it's tough. Your rookie year was 16 or 15? Okay. Like, we didn't have social media my rookie year. So it's so different now. Everything is so accessible. I actually just got on, well, I've been on social media now, but I think I got on, Chad actually started my page. I wonder is his ass listening to this shit tonight. Wiz in Cincinnati, I think it was like 2018, 2019. He was like, T, man, get on Insta. Literally grabbed my phone and started my Instagram page for me. But we didn't have that. Everything wasn't as accessible You know, dudes be in the locker room, them dudes, not this dude. Smooth magazine. You know, they flipping through the pages. Now you just get on your phone and you send them a DM. But I'm telling the younger guys, like, you got to make sure, because she know who you are. She with you for you. Do you date early or do you wait till the end? Either way, it's always going to be that question of, I don't care how you think you look. Damn, do she really want me for me? Or do she want me for what I got? Because we don't know. How many dudes on your team, ugly and a bitch, but they got a bad little lady with them?
Haven't.
Hey, hey, dudes be ugly or they be fat as hell.
Tricking.
Bruh. Hey, it's always about 3 or 4 of them dudes on every team. Got a bad one with them, but they look like the bottom of the shoe.
You already know it. You already know what they on.
Yeah, so I've always I tell guys that, man, like there's no right answer. Like if you meet somebody early on and you don't know what her intentions are, and you got that paper like that, you got to sign a prenup. And if you wait, you got to sign a prenup. But if you meet her early before you, like I met my wife when I didn't have nothing. I wasn't no lock to play in the league. So you was with me when I was broke. I mean, I had a child before I got to the league. And so my situation was different. But now you got to protect yourself because you just never know. So that was our football and relationship talk, because I just want to talk about that because that's a topic that comes up a lot, at least with the guys that I'm around on the field when we training. Like, hey, what you think about that? Hey, it's hard. You don't know. I don't know their intention, but I know these intentions. Did you see that the arbitrator said that the NFL colluded? Now let's bring the people in on what I'm talking about. So y'all recall Deshaun Watson signed guaranteed contract, $230 million, fully guaranteed. So Lamar Jackson said, shit, I'm balling. I'm trying to get a fully guaranteed contract. The Ravens didn't want to give it to him. They basically let Lamar Jackson put himself on the market. Nobody offered him a deal. And at the time, the Falcons had nothing. Everybody was like, damn, the Falcons ain't going to go after Lamar. Come to find out the NFL colluded. Basically, we ain't going to get we're going to try to keep the cost down. It's going to benefit everybody. What are you? I know you're not surprised, but man, what's your thoughts on the arbitrator basically saying, yeah, they colluded?
Like, why is it like, how did they get away for 3 years with this shit under the table? Is crazy. Like you said, it ain't shocking me for real, because like there's never a moment where the owners are getting together like, how can we give the players more money? That ain't never been the case. You look at all them CBAs, all them, like the owners ain't never even trying to go 50-50. They want 54, they want 55. Like they are not interested in the players' pockets for real at all. They trying to get the bang for their buck as cheap as they can get you. So it don't really surprise me, but it's like, damn, like they can just get away with this shit. Like what's the quality of these investigations? Like who was the motherfucker that came out and gave the report that they didn't collude?
I'm trying to figure out, it's been done for 3 years. Why are we just now hearing about this? Like nobody in the NFL said a word. Nobody in the NFLPA said a word. JC Trotter, you were the president of the Players Union. You're privy to all this information. I was a player rep for many, many, many years. I'm just curious as to why nobody said a word. And there's a answer to the why. I don't know it. Only the people in the know why. And that it's crazy because everybody wants to win. You're the owner, you want to win. I'm the owner, I want to win.
Facade.
But I want to win and make sure we can keep the cost down. That is surprising that it didn't come out sooner. If any sport needs and deserves a guaranteed contract, it's football. It's us. Because when you retire, you don't feel shit for about at least me, I didn't feel nothing for probably 5, 6 years after I retired. I'm like, shit, I could still play. And then
Whew.
that shit hit me. You get up, you be like, fuck, my back hurt. Like I don't think people understand. Like I'm like you, I didn't have any major surgeries, but how many concussions you done had? At least 100. I done had probably 100.
Yeah, you
Like,
talking about them smaller ones? Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
whole lot.
your back and so yeah, it's unfortunate. They're gonna have to figure that out, bro. I can't fathom for 3 years that they kept something like that
Man,
undercover,
they
man.
hoping that
That's
they hoping that in today's world that just like any other news line or narrative that in 3 days people just forget about that shit and keep on going.
yes, yes, yes. Keep on going. Now, they had the Fanatics Fest, I believe. Was it this past weekend? I believe it was. So Cam Jordan was he did a little interview and they asked him like, what do you wish you could change? And I actually agree with him, bro. I really do. And I wasn't a guy that celebrated. I talk shit, but like guys getting fined for excessive celebration. We play a child's game. Let us have fun. Now, if it gets to the violent celebrations, I don't agree with that because you don't want the kids doing that. But bro, let us have fun. Even like I should be able to make a big play and get in your face. Shut your punk. You can't fuck with me. I should be able to say that. If I do that in your face, 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty. If I say that to you and you can't control yourself without hitting me, that's on you.
No problem.
Yeah. And so I agree with him. Let us have fun. Let us celebrate. Let us talk shit to each other because we not going to cross the line. One is a 15-yard penalty. Number two, bro, they done got real ridiculous with this too. Bro, you get an unsportsmanlike, they fining you 25 grand now. When I was playing, you get unsportsmanlike, it was just a penalty. Now, you getting fined like 25K. So guys ain't gonna do it. So would you like to see that brought back into the game? Hell yeah, they're gonna be like this.
You'll be doing a Barry Sanders, just tossing that bitch
Bro,
through.
chilling. Well, what you think about that?
I'm with you, bro. Because I think at the core of it, for people to think the celebrations are excessive, they don't appreciate how hard it is to play the game, how hard it is to score, to make a big play, and like how on edge you got to be just to play football. Like you got to be wired. You got to have a screw loose to go out there and just be getting in car collisions every single week. And you want this adrenaline. You want us to go to war and be out there and we want us to entertain you. But it's like you don't appreciate what you're even being entertained by if you think the celebration is excessive. No, it's an expression of passion. Like these plays we making, they feeding families, they feeding generations, they putting our team, our city on the map. Like it's so much that is going into us making them plays, and for you to see us celebrating what we doing and what we put so much time into as excessive, I think that's crazy. I'm with you. Like no violence, take the violence out of it. But
Yeah.
yeah.
As long as you can get the violent celebrations out and or the confrontate, like if I get in your face and you know that's not going to be a penalty, you're not going to retaliate because you know, okay, there's no taunting penalties. I just feel like let us play the game, let us have fun. I mean, Chad, and I don't call Chad Ocho because he was Chad. Chad, they owe Chad, give him all his fine money back. He was fined so much just for regular celebrations. Now it's okay. So I'm with Cam Jordan on that. And George Kittle, he says, he just re-upped. You probably was like, damn, I should have played like 2 more years. See,
We got the baggy.
the money they paying these boys now. And so somebody asked and they said, hey, you just got paid. What was your favorite thing when you just signed this deal, Joe? Oh, he just like did some stuff for his house, basically splurged on his house. When you got paid, what'd you splurge on? What was your big purchase?
Hey, first off, I've been to George's crib in Nashville when I went to the last time in U. His crib is cold, bro. It's out there like tucked away.
Hey,
Like,
it's colder now because he said he expanded it with this bread.
yeah, his crib cold. They got the whole like weight room in this big ass barn. He got the field out there. I think they said Mo got a flagpole. Like he
And he
really
got a full football field, a full weight room, like damn near got a lake, and he can go hunt and fish at his own property.
tricked that out. And it's like he a solid dude. Him and his wife are real solid people. Like they real welcoming and like they really like are about just getting they home straight and making sure that they welcoming people in, taking care of people. But for me, bro, you gotta think like when I signed for a bag, like my second contract, 16 months before that, I was working at Sprouts Farmers Market. So like I'm like my life had been humble to the point where I'm like I'm not even really I don't really spend money on nothing. Like I ain't buy shit for real. Like I think I
That's
made
how, bruh. That's how I am.
yeah.
Like I'm like I grew up with nothing. My first paycheck in my life was from the NFL. That's the first paycheck I ever got in my life when I got drafted. And so, yeah, I'm cheap. I'm cheap. I ain't spending no money. I don't want to spend no money. Like I signed my deal, and people like, what you doing when you sign your deal? Nothing. Shit, I'm going to sleep. That's what I'm gonna do. And get up and go work out tomorrow. Yeah, I didn't, it was no big purchase. At the time I had 2 kids, now I got 4, but no. Uh-uh. I bought a house,
That's the same with me.
a better house. That's
2020,
it.
I put money down on the land, bought the crib. I knew like the way Vegas is growing, like my equity already doubled on the crib. So that's the only reason I went and did that. But if I was just going ham on the crib, like I wasn't just gonna do it just for the fuck of it.
Yeah, you ain't got no, I went and bought this car, I went and got this Jrue. I ain't do none of that. You been keeping up with the Tyreek Hill, Noah Lyles stuff?
I done seen them going back and forth. Noah Lyles seems pretty petty.
They not racing. Noah Lyles come out and say some stuff has come up. Me and Tyreek Hill not gonna race. I got an opinion. Like, I actually think if anything under 50, I got Tyreek Hill. 50 and under, Tyreek Hill winning. That's me. That's what I believe.
He out them motherfucking gates.
Anything above 50, he losing. Because Tyreek Hill just ran 10-1 about 2 weeks ago, and the dude that he beat be on the track when I be taking my son to the track. And Buddy is fast as fuck, and Tyreek Hill beat him. But running a 10-1 and you racing somebody that's running in the 9s consistently, it's a no-go. And also, Tyreek Hill probably about 195 pounds. If he was going to run, he'd probably need to be about 175. You can't lose that weight right before training camp. But I'm taking Tyreek Hill if it's 50 and under. 50 yards and under, I got Tyreek. Anything above 50, I got Noah Lyles. Because Tyreek Hill, 0 to 100, he out of there.
Yeah, that stride take over once you get longer into the race. But yeah,
And that top end speed is old. Like Noah Lyles gonna come get him.
when them corners be 10 yards off of Tyreek Hill, they be running for the hills, and he running the hits, bro.
Hey, you know who is I Show Speed? You know who that is?
I don't know too much about him, but I do know he's like a streamer and all that.
Yeah. So he just raced. He raced some big buff dude. I seen it on social media. And so I guess now Tyreek Hill want to race him, and I'm like, that'd be interesting because Buddy looked like he looked like he got burners.
He could go.
The high speed dude looked like he got burners. Looked like he get. I'm taking Tyreek Hill.
Was the buff dude fast though?
I don't know if the buff dude fast. I don't know. Damn, I feel bad.
He's raising the linebacker out that bitch.
Hey, we don't even know buff dude. I don't know his name. I just know he's swole.
He racing the linebacker out there.
But Buddy was running though.
Yeah.
Buddy lose a little bit of that muscle. He'd be a little more fluid. But Tyreek Hill say he want to race speed. That'd be interesting. Both smaller dudes, compact, real explosive. That'd be interesting. But Tyreek Hill, you can't chance it now. You about a month out of training camp. You can't chance yourself blowing the gasket trying to prove a point to these dudes. That's gonna be interesting. Now, let's before we wrap this up here in the next half hour. Did you ever have a quarterback controversy on any team you were on?
No. Well, I guess maybe. When I was on the Giants my last year, well, no, it was just injuries for real. But when I was on the practice squad with the Ravens, my last year there, 2018 was Lamar Jackson's rookie year.
Oh, with Flacco, okay.
And I think Flacco had hurt his back one game, and Lamar Jackson hopped in that mug, and it was curtains.
Because Jerry Jeudy played for the Cleveland Browns, saying, man, it's real difficult with this four-way battle for there ain't enough reps. I don't think people understand, man, like a practice. You go team, and that's going to be run plays and pass plays. You're going to do 12 of them.
Right.
You're going to do 12 plays in team. The majority of the time, the ones are getting 7 or 8 of them 12. The twos going to get the rest, and they're going to throw the threes in there here and there. Where the fours come in at? Like, they don't get reps for the fours. You go 7 on 7. You're going to go 12 to 15 reps. The ones going to get, if it's 12 reps, 7 or 8. If it's 15, 9 or 10. Then the twos, maybe the threes, so forth and so on. So you got a four-way battle for quarterback. Jerry Jeudy says it is pretty difficult. As a skill guy, and you know you're a part of the offense, you know you're going to be in the game. How difficult would that be on you if you were in that position? Your spot is solidified. How are you handling that?
Yeah, I mean, I know you can relate because I look at, like, say, a relationship I had with Derek Carr, and we had a long, productive relationship, and it's like the time it takes to get, like, each and every route to where, like, he's thinking what you're thinking, and he's placing the ball where you are, and you're getting your head around at a certain timing. Like, to do that with one person and get that down is enough work. To think you're going to get that down with 4 different dudes over the course of a camp sounds insane and just sounds like stressful. Like, I don't even know. Like, you might end up in the game with somebody like, man, I ain't even caught a ball from this dude. Like, that's why I think DeAndre Hopkins, what he was doing in Houston when he had like Tom Savage and Sage Rosenfels, no offense to them dudes, but it's like it's the rotation of so many different guys, and he's still going out there doing what he's doing. That's insane to me. But I don't know. Maybe if you're a Browns coach, you got to look at certain days where it's like, all right, Shador gonna get the bulk of ones today. The next day, Flacco might get more of the ones, and Gabriel might get more of the ones the next day. They got to have some sort of structure to where, at least for one day, Jeudy and those guys can get acquainted with
but
one.
But if it's a 4-man competition, like, how can you do it? Like, you can't Kenny Pickett, Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, Shador. It's virtual. It's not enough reps. There's not enough reps in a practice.
It's crazy.
Like, if they were, to me, I wish 2 guys would get the majority of the reps one day. Then 2 guys get the majority of the, like, I don't know how this is a fair comment, because I was told from somebody that's in the building that ain't a player, it's really coming down to Kenny Pickett or Dylan Gabriel. That's what I was told. But now when you get the reports that Shadur's completed 7 out of 9 passes, like, is it against the starters? Or is it 3s and 4s, the guys that's going to get released? So it seems impressive when you see the graphic. But is it really impressive if it's not against the starters or guys that's going to be on the team? You don't know how they dividing up the reps, and it's virtually impossible with the amount of snaps. Because when I do my rookie year, man, I'll never forget this. We had training camp in Georgetown, Kentucky. First day.
Yeah, where's that?
It's about an hour outside of Cincinnati. It's a college campus. Okay. Hot as fuck. First day, we had 2 practices. Second day, we had 2 practices. Like, I'm not talking practiced in a special team. I'm talking practice, take a shower, go eat lunch, go to meetings, practice again, like real practices. So first day, 2 practices. Second day, 2 practices. Third day, 2 practices. I swear to God, I got up the 4th day, the morning of the 4th day. I couldn't even walk. I couldn't even walk.
How could you?
And I'm like, damn, when they blow that motherfucking whistle, I'm going to run though. Like, you couldn't even walk.
Yeah.
And the way it was my rookie year to what it is now is, I say that to say, oh, you got a lot of reps then, because we practice twice a day. You're going to get hella, you good.
Yeah.
Practice now is so different because the teams, the players in the league, they're aware of, I go to training camp with a full tank. Y'all take me to about a quarter of a tank. I never get back to a full tank. Never. And they not avoiding those mistakes. You know, back then it was, oh, we gotta make sure you got some mental toughness. We gotta build. Bro, if you a pussy when you come into training camp, you're gonna be a pussy when you leave training camp. If your ass is soft entering training camp, your ass gonna be soft.
4 weeks ain't gonna fix it.
That ain't gonna fix it because the dudes they're gonna find a way to get around it. They got this far being soft. You don't think they're gonna figure out a way to get around it? And so I feel for the receivers and all the skill guys in Joku, all them dudes in Cleveland.
Yeah.
You don't know who's gonna be the quarterback. You ain't got enough reps in a day. It's not enough reps in a day for them to sit here and say, oh, okay. Yeah, this guy. I don't get it. I don't know what Cleveland is doing. I know the coaching staff don't agree with it, but I'm going with the rookie. I'm going with one of the rookies, whether it's Dylan Gabriel or Shador. Flacco, I fucks with Flacco. I played with the Ravens. Flacco, a hell of a quarterback. He a real good dude.
Yeah.
But he ain't your quarterback of the future. Kenny Pickett, I seen you playing Pittsburgh. You ain't the quarterback. I'm going with one of the young guys to see what they can do. And if they can't do it, we're going to be a terrible-ass team. We're going to draft one of these franchise quarterbacks coming out in the draft next year. That's what I would do. But I'm not in charge. What would you do?
I'm doing the exact same thing, man. I don't know what the fallout is if people moved on from the Shador situation with the speeding or whatnot, but yeah, I'll see.
Man, let's just talk about that.
Yeah, let's do that. Please.
Motherfucker. Speeding. Man, if they don't get the fuck out of here with a speeding ticket. Come on, bro.
The crazy thing is, like, this might sound crazy. Like, so they say he's in like 160. That means he's on an interstate. Like, bruh, if the interstate is wide open, I'm doing 100.
Hey, you in Cleveland. It's probably, it ain't cold right now, but it was empty, I guess. Because if it wasn't empty, you can't even go that fast.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Like, I get it. Be safe because you need to protect yourself. And you also need to be cautious of others when you're on that road. I get it. I don't want y'all to think that, oh, I'm just out here driving like a bat out of hell. No. But getting a speeding ticket is not, oh my God, he's a terrible decision maker. No, he's a young kid that got a fast car. When you get a fast car, sometimes you're going to punch it. You just want to see what it feel like. That's what you do. You're not going to do it all the time.
Yeah, if he going 100 weaving through like busy traffic, that's a whole different story.
And we on a straightaway, and I'm just, I don't see the problem with it. I don't. We live in a day and age where everything is instant. You know, we get the news right away, and they
cancel him.
Yeah, but again, so his pops is, he's been in a spot. He just has to know that any and everything he will do that's negative is going to be magnified. He has to be aware that, like, this the life that chose you. He didn't choose this life. We don't choose our parents. His pops is one of the greatest athletes in the history of being an athlete of any sport. And so this is the life you were born into. And he's been living this life alone. He just has to be aware of, and I'm sure he is, like, damn, they really put on TV that I got a speeding ticket? Yeah. Then you got another one. They put that one on there too. But come on, y'all. I can't believe people really got their panties in a bunch over there. I couldn't believe it. But you do got to be smart because you got to protect yourself, and there's other people out there that you must protect. But speeding, wow, yeah, that blew my mind.
Yeah, I saw that and I'm like, bro, what are we doing? But yeah, it is a lesson for like, all right, every choice I got to be conscious of as the quarterback, as the leader, as prime son, already being in this spotlight. I need to be extra conscious of the choices that I'm making. And I feel like he'll learn from this. And I feel like he shouldn't have if he's really the dude that's leading the pack as a quarterback, I don't feel like you should rip this opportunity away from him just for punching it in the.
Nah. Just make better decisions. Like that's it. But the officer, like, when you pull him over, you look at his license. Come on, buddy, slow down. All right, I'm gonna let you go. Like, just do that. Slow down.
I said, we got one.
Yeah,
I got that happened to me one time.
bro. They be on. I just got a ticket, bro, and it wasn't speeding. About a month ago, right? I'm in LA. I'm going from one freeway to another freeway. And it ain't traffic, but I'm going by like 40 miles an hour. I ain't, because it was enough cars that you can't really go. So I'm coming down and I see Buddy. He just sitting there waiting on somebody. But it was a bunch of, bro, he pulls me, gets right, as soon as I pass him, he gets right behind me. I'm like, I got my seatbelt on. I wasn't speeding. Boop, I hit the window. I'm like, what was I doing? Oh, your windows are tinted. Yes. I said, huh? And so then I rolled the passenger side window down. I said, I just seen 50 cars pass by right now. All those windows tinted. There's cars in front of me that pass by you. They windows is tinted. Why you ain't pulled them over? Why you messing with me? And he still gave me the ticket. And I think that pissed him off. So he gave me the window tint ticket. He gave me no front license plate. Bro, all kind of stuff. And I'm like, bro, like, you just gonna pull me. Everybody has tinted windows. Oh, he fucked my whole day up. I was thinking about this dude, like, I'm driving home, like, I can't believe Buddy just really gave me a ticket for nothing. Literally, you can give everybody a ticket because everybody out here got tinted windows. And my windows ain't even dark like that. They tinted, but they not dark like that.
Bro, trying to meet his quota, man.
Take the tint off. Take it to the police station. Put the tint back on. Like, bruh. Yes, it's a fix-it ticket. And then he didn't even do the ticket right. He checked no on the box. So that means it's not correctable. Yeah. I'm giving y'all this. That pissed me off. So some of these officers, bro.
Just trying to meet that quota, man.
Trying to get that quota, bro. Yes, I was mad about. I know I looked at his name on the ticket. I was gonna go. I was gonna DM him on social media or something. I couldn't even. He ain't even know. I was sure was gonna send him a DM. I promise. I promise. Like, bro. Like, but I'm gonna leave it alone. I paid. Got everything handled. But before we go, we're gonna finish with this topic. In this, I would never do something like this. It's crazy. Dionte Johnson gets drafted to the Steelers. Starts his career off pretty damn good. You like, wow, Buddy balling.
Gotta go, yeah.
Started off well. He's balling. Kind of started talking too much. Fell out of favor. They sent him to Carolina. Go to Carolina. Perfect situation. They ain't got nobody. You're going to be the lead dog. Start talking too much. Get your ass up out of here. Sent him to Baltimore. I played in Baltimore with Harbaugh. If you can't play for Harbaugh, it's a problem. Because Harbaugh, he just wants you to work hard. He just wants you to work hard, which every coach does. But he ain't giving you no problems. This dude say, what happened in Baltimore? Bro, I could not believe it. I hadn't been playing. They hadn't put me in the game. Okay. They told me to go in. I was standing on the sideline the whole game. I was cold, so I didn't want to hurt myself, so I didn't go in.
That's real. That's real.
That's real. And so Baltimore, if you recall, they released him, and then the Houston Texans picked him up. But I was sitting here like, you said it was cold, right? We done played in some cold ass games.
Yeah.
And then when you look at the temperature, it wasn't hot. Bro, it was 41 degrees. He act like it was -20. And so, one, has that ever crossed your mind if you've been in that situation? Two, if you are on that team, I wouldn't ask you how you would handle it because we all grown men, but how would you take that?
Yeah, I feel like I understand the thinking behind like, all right, if I'm staying here and I'm an ice block and I get into the game with no warm up, I could pull something. But that's even more reason. Like if I'm on the side, I've been on the sideline in them games where it's like I'm like special teams, so like I'm not playing every play. You gotta every few plays, you gotta hit them A skips, bro. You gotta get a sprint up and down. Do some hamstring Frankensteins, like bodies, air squats.
And
Something.
if it's that cold, when I'm sitting on that bench, I'm body heaters. Body heaters are sitting on the bench.
They on the bench. That bench is hot as a motherfucker.
The bench it be 20 degrees. The bench be so hot, you got to get up from that shit.
That shit burning skin cells off your ass.
Yes. So when I saw that, I said, damn, he literally is on his last leg. This is going to be his last chance. I mean, ain't nobody going to want him on a team when you doing that. And he's so talented. He's talented, but he going to mess around and get put out the league and be sitting up watching TV saying, fuck, man, I'm better than him. And he's going to regret it. He's going to have so many regrets. I played with a guy in Cincinnati. I ain't going to say his name. He was he played, I want to say, 5, maybe 6 years in the league. But when I got there, he was a special team guy. And then he became a starter on defense. He's a defensive player. He became a starter on defense. And then Marvin Lewis comes in as a head coach. My 3rd year, that was probably his 4th or 5th year. He wasn't a starter no more. He put him back just on teams, special teams. So he started like tripping, like half-assing it in practice on special teams. They released him. He didn't get picked up. I swear, midway through the season, he called me because we was cool. He was like, bruh, I'd do anything to cover a kick right now. Anything. Because we take for granted what we have. And then when it's gone, it's like, bruh, never played again. I think he might have gone to play in Canada, but he never got to the league again. And I say that to say, Dionte Johnson, you got to be careful because it can be taken away from you just like that. Tom Brady retired. Man, the league keep on pushing. Peyton Manning, the league keep on pushing. Michael Vick, the league keep on. It don't matter who in the league. The show going to go on. It don't need you. The show going to go on with you or without you. And so that hope is a warning to him and everybody else that's listening. Like, when you have something good, and being in NFL is a hell of a lot of, it's a privilege.
Yeah.
We've earned it. We've earned it. But I'd rather be in the league than not be in the league. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah, it takes a level of maturity and emotional intelligence to stay in a game knowing like, all right, I'm not getting the opportunities that I would have wanted or that I think that I should get as a player of my talent. To stay locked in all 4 quarters, like that takes discipline. And I feel like there's a lot of these young dudes that come in the league that may get some opportunities early on and that ego get hit when you don't really play as much or some teams get you up out of there. Like having that level of maturity, like hopefully he can learn from this and like we'll get another opportunity.
But shouldn't you have the awareness when you go from Pittsburgh, Carolina, Baltimore in the span of a year? Shouldn't you have an awareness to where I'm in Baltimore right now? They got Zay Flowers, they got Rashad Bateman, Nelson Aguilar. I don't know how much I don't know how much I'm gonna play. I wasn't here at the outset. You can't, bro. When you a backup, you have zero. You don't have no equity. You don't have any. You can't do that. Now, if you want to be at home, do what you want to do.
Yeah,
But
that ego can have you blind to reality though. If you don't
the
check yourself
ego,
and realize like I'm contributing, I'm the common denominator in all these situations. If you can't see that, you'll be in a situation like that and not be able to be like, all right, cool. Like the opportunities might be cut a little short here, but I'm gonna stay locked in because there's potential for me to make a play at any moment in time. I don't know what could happen in this league, but when you don't able to put that ego to the side and be humble enough to be like, all right, I have a part in this, it's tough.
yeah. So, man, that's it for Nightcap. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Unc and Ocho. Y'all ain't gonna see Unc and Ocho the whole week. We taking over this motherfucker. I appreciate Darren Waller for locking in with me.
So,
I hope he appreciates myself. Before we go, one more time,
yeah.
his shit gonna be dropping in 30 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Tell them where they can get it. Tell them the name. Make sure we go out and support you.
Yes, sir. My newest single. My artist name is Darren Waller. New single, Choose Myself, with my dog J-Rod. High quality record.
Hey, J-Rock from where?
Nah, it's J-Rod with a D.
Oh, I thought you said J-Rock. I'm like, oh, you got T. Okay, my bad.
My dog J-Rod, man. This is two of our favorite records that we've ever made, and we both made a lot of music. So, but yeah, search that Darren Waller. Choose Myself. 9 p.m. Pacific, 12 Eastern. About 30 minutes. Yeah, check that out. Spin that. Let me know what you think on IG, Twitter, whatever it is, man. I hope y'all enjoy it.
Well, we out of here, man. I will see y'all tomorrow. We out.
Yes, sir. Peace, brother.
Yes, sir.
Well, you a natural, man.
I've been working in TV damn near since I retired. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it takes so much time to be able to do that shit. Because before